its compelling history to its thriving culture and to its delicious food and its distinct neighborhoods. Istanbul is completely addictive. There's definitely no shortage of fun things to do in Istanbul. Welcome to Things to Do channel. Today we are going to list 10 things to do in Istanbul. Visit Hagia Sophia. Today it is one of the most famous houses of worship in the world, and visiting the Hagia Sophia is easily one of the most popular things to do in Istanbul. Be sure to visit and admire the beautiful exterior, the detailed interior, the Christian mosaics that are revealed in pieces of the walls where the plaster has been scraped away, and the beautiful Blue Mosque from the second-story windows. See the unique Blue Mosque. So called because of its stunning blue tiled interior, it's arguably the most beautiful mosque in Istanbul. Technically named the Sultan Ahmed Mosque after the Sultan who had it constructed in the 17th century. The Blue Mosque is an unmistakable part of Istanbul's skyline and one of the prettiest sights in Istanbul. The building is still a functioning mosque, so though it is open to visitors, it closes during prayers each day, and appropriate mosque dress is required to enter. Be amazed at Topkapi Palace. Once the home of Ottoman sultans, Topkapi Palace today is known for its ornate architecture, beautiful grounds, sweeping views of Bosphorus Strait, and its historical artifacts. Most notably, Topkapi Palace is known for its collection of historical artifacts purported to belong to the certain prophets familiar to everyone, with even a passing knowledge of Abrahamic religions, Moses, Joseph, and Muhammad among them. Istanbul from Galata Tower. Looking for the best view over Istanbul? Look no further than the Galata Tower. Built in the 14th century, the Galata Tower looks out over the Bosphorus Strait, towards Sultan Ahmed. You can easily pick out features like the grounds of Topkapi Palace and the Blue Mosque from the top of the tower. A visit to the tower to enjoy its views is one of the most fun things to do in Istanbul, and allows you to grasp just how sprawling and enormous Istanbul really is. Admire the Egyptian obelisk. The Egyptian obelisk that sits right next to both Hippodrome and the Blue Mosque in Istanbul has had quite the long life. It has been erected in the city for more than 1500 years. The amount of history is enough to boggle the mind, but its size is also incredibly impressive. The obelisk that you can view today is only 2/3 of its original size, with the final third being lost to time. Shop at the Grand Bazaar. Home to more 4,000 stores covering 60 streets, the Grand Bazaar most certainly lives up to its name. Open since 1461 and nearly constantly busy ever since, the Grand Bazaar is the perfect place to enjoy the hustle and bustle of Istanbul in a beautiful setting. If you're looking for a Turkish lamp, some candy, a cup of tea, fabric, jewelry, shoes, suitcases, or just about anything else, you can find it at the Grand Bazaar. Try Istanbul street food. While street food in Istanbul isn't quite as prevalent as it is in Southeast Asia, you'll still pass plenty of options for quick snacks as you explore the city. Fresh fruit juice, simit, corn on the cob, chestnuts, and kumpir are all popular street foods in Istanbul, and tasting at least a couple of them should definitely make your list of fun things to do in Istanbul. Have a Turkish breakfast. Made up of several different spreads, cheeses, breads, olives, honey, and more, plus eggs and sausage if you're feeling particularly hungry, plus unfathomable amounts of Turkish tea. Turkish breakfast is a gut-busting and incredible meal. If you're looking for a fantastic and popular breakfast spot that's popular with locals and tourists alike, you can't beat Van Kalvati Evi. Take a ferry ride through Eurasia. Istanbul is well known for its status of being the only city to span 2 continents. And thanks to public transportation, it is extremely easy to travel between the two. Where can you take a quick boat ride from Europe to Asia with no immigration check or passport stamp required? Pretty much only in Istanbul. Though the ferry ride from Europe to Asia is the most photogenic and popular way of getting between the two sides of Istanbul, you can actually take the metro as well. Travel to Prince Islands. This small archipelago of islands, located just outside of Istanbul, makes the perfect day trip to get away from the bustling city, especially during the warm and beautiful weather of the summer. White islands don't allow any cars on them, just horses and carriages, so a visit here is like a peaceful step back in time, a far cry from the center of the city. Ferries leave daily from both European and Asian sides of Istanbul for the Prince Islands, making a visit an easy and fun thing to do in Istanbul.
Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this about your favorite cities around the world. Let us know in the comments which of the places from our list today you would like to visit the most.